Warning, the following video may cause a random desire to play AD LeBlanc in your next ranked game. These actions are performed by highly trained professionals and should not be attempted when innocent strangers' LP is on the line. This all started the other day when Bobby, the guy who has been graciously advising me on how to climb out of gold.
One tip that would turn me from 10-year gold hard suck into diamond play by the end of the season. Yeah, turn on your monitor, bro. Turn it on, it's not that hard.
Tweeted that LeBlanc has over a 100% ban rate in Korean high elo, which initially had me scratching my head like my shampoo is made from lice, but the geniuses on Twitter informed me that if both teams ban the champ it can have over a 100% ban rate. This still doesn't explain how Aphelios initially had over 200% after release, but I don't really give a shit to find out how that's possible. Anyways, I know that Riot adding static Shiv back into the game had LeBlanc players living in a constant state of orgasm because of how her dashes quickly stacked the Shiv Jizz effect or something, but I didn't realize that it had gotten so out of control that high elo players literally refused to have her in their games because of how broken she is. So instead of showing you guys what an ADC main who is accustomed to nothing but right-clicking and getting one-shot looks like when he attempts to play a supposed OP yet highly mechanical mage, I figured I would just find the top-rated LeBlanc player instead to show why this is apparently such bannable tech, and to my surprise the crazy magician was building full AD, as a top laner, rocking smite, and making it look amazing. So today we are gonna cover one of his games, but for the record I do want to note what would have happened if this video was my dumbass first timing LeBlanc instead. You see, I'm not a monster that would just blindly hop into a game on a champ that I've never played before. I would use an app to make me think I know what's going on. It would tell me the best bans when playing her and even let me import runes as if I actually know why they work well with her kit. In loading screen, instead of scouting everyone's mastery level, I could use the app, which oh yeah is called Porofessor #earn that paycheck, but once you load in it gives you a detailed scouting report like how everyone on their team is on a hot streak while my team all sucks. It also told me skill order and build path, so there's basically no difference in knowledge between me and a one-trick LeBlanc. Luckily this is League, so when it comes to feeding there will always be a Scion who watches too much of the bouse, dies 8 damn times and then leaves the game. Oh, did I mention it has summoner spell tracking helper things, so when you get outplayed because you thought playing this champ was a good idea you can at least say worth by ticking off the enemy's flash. Anyways, by the time I was learning what my abilities did we had a bigger problem, and that was the large Lucifer that was spoon-fed cash more than a trust fund baby, which meant the rest of the game would consist of him single-handedly killing my whole team, me asking if anyone else is having fun out of pure curiosity, and us losing the game. But that's not all folks. If you are one of those jaded new players who believes your own performance matters in this piss pit of a game, you can use the post-game report to evaluate your gameplay in all areas so you can know where to focus in the future. You'd never know that I actually beat that Nico in one area. Use my link to get Porofessor for free today. Alright, so here's the runes just to entice a few more of you idiots who are about to first time this in a ranked game, but in this elo you see an unconventional topside invade at level 1 as they know Dantes will likely be in the shrubs rubbing one out to a pick of a stuffed animal before the game starts, and thanks to Braum making the long trip to start a game of Connect 4 on the Hecarim, LeBlanc heads to lane with a few more nickels in her pocket. She's laning against one of those obese orcs with alopecia who have tendencies to throw crazy afterlife encores, as the first few levels are just minion genocides before they both make a quick shopping trip. They are now both holding calls like this is a secretary convention while she always first buys a Sheen. This allows her to do little magic muff poured into buffed auto combos while whipping a never-ending chain of magic queefs out of her staff to wither down the diabetic ogre. At this point the bouse is low, so the next time he gives into his fetish for making hooded midgets jump, our protagonist makes her move, weaving Sheen autos and timing her magic muff ports like a skilled savage to earn her first solo bolo. Anyways, like most mouth breathers who watch the bouse and replace their entire vocabulary with unintelligent phrases like dies of cringe, this particular Scion is still under the impression that he should be picking fights because that's just how his champ is supposed to be played, while getting utterly embarrassed by Magic Michelle over here. And I guess someone told him that it would take an AD LeBlanc 13 straight auto attacks with a few abilities weaved in there to kill him, and he thought to himself, damn, there's no chance in hell she will ever get that many off, while standing there like a naked man in the cold with his hypothermic flaccid dick out until it's too late and she gets another free kill. So things are going pretty good and I can't really see anything stopping her at this point.
Size does matter, chat, and no matter what your girlfriend says,
But even though she hasn't completed a full item yet, it's still enough to make the 2 measly hemorrhoid cyan purchased feel pretty useless. As you can see, the trades are more one-sided than a bargain for oil with Saudi Arabia, and so he resorts to just looking at her jerking off in plain sight, as if that's a wise decision when the Me Too movement is practically a K-pop band touring the world. So she informs him that such behavior is frowned upon and that he should probably just back. But like a dick pimple, he never goes away when you need him to, so she makes quick work out of him before porting back to safety. Turns out Rift Wide invites went out for the Herald homicide and a bunch of people RSVP'd. Hell to the yeses. LeBlanc is like, evade my chain once, fool on you, evade it twice, fool on me, you flaming pile of horseshit, as she just peppers him with autos until he's seasoned and ready to be baked back in base. And then I might have mentioned that this Cyan is a Baus viewer that spends his days spamming KEKW in Twitch chats, but if I didn't, I'm sure him getting shit on by 6 people here will show that. That said, the enemy team did manage to tame the big old Stanley steamer and train him to tackle towers, so LeBlanc has to give a new meaning to the phrase tower defense here, but unfortunately this particular Cyan forgot the part where he is supposed to do literally anything useful after his death, so she then goes to demonstrate what he should have been spending his afterlife doing. She now has the Shiv that's static plus a Trinity Force and is ready to zombie walk into river to see if anyone wants to fuck around, as she starts her fight as a penguin before deep-throating a Lux laser, only then to start whipping out AD LeBlanc autos like an ADC and hitting a walk away JK get chained you fat feeding whore combo on naked Optimus Prime. At this point she's done the daily NPC quest that had the objective of killing a stupid as shit Cyan 10 times, and she's ready to start styling on these hoes. Starting with the light bender who can't get away from that chick who is porting more than a slutty USB drive, so she goes down before reenacting a Dante's fantasy by tying up a yordle and giving it the dickin'. She's texting her dad, who I can only assume is David Blaine, to come pick her up when Lux decides to be a giga douche. Fuck off if you are someone that does stuff like that, but it ends up turning into a little instant karma for the enemy team because she decides to get a bad case of FOMO right when they start horsing around, no pun intended. 2 of them get put in a pipe and smoked. Hashtag how is this Lulu Grandmaster? Anyway, she's now splitting better than 2 ass cheeks being pulled apart, as no one in their right mind wants anything to do with her, but that's cool with her. She will just go venture out to the nearest stables and find the famous flaming horse that Elon Bezos or some rich dickhead owns for races and personally take the stallion down. And I guess what makes this pick so irritatingly bannable is that you quite literally cannot get away from her, as Ghost Rider becomes a ghost and then she chain bangs the Baus fall the way from downtown Disney World. You'd think he would ult away or something, but I think everyone watching is quite aware that he's very understaffed in the IQ department, so he goes down once again. So for those of you watching who have definitely decided to roll this pick in your very next game, I do want to caution you that she is almost full build 20 minutes in and leave you with some of the most insane LeBlanc outplays that she makes in the last 3 minutes of this game to show that these actions are being performed by a highly trained professional, someone who has sacrificed actual meaningful things in their life, to become this goddamn clean on mechanically intensive champs like LeBlanc. And with that, I hope you enjoyed. Will consider subscribing and leave a super wholesome comment for me below. Hardstuck is the name, let's get it. I load up League, getting ready to spank. First game my support says he mains Blitzcrank. GG I said, that's LP in the bank. But my top locks yass and you know his head is blank, as he runs it down top and feeds their team's gangplank. Hold BL game 1 lane Yasuo is to thank, cause taking grasp on K doesn't mean I'm the tank. I'm hard stuck, that's what all the haters say. I'm hard stuck, giving all my LP away. I'm hard stuck, same rank different day, cause low hell's my home and I'm here to stay. Bang, I pull up in this motherf***ing riff. Dang, chat's full of twerps typing imagine if. Why? Every skill shot I take is another whiff, but when we lose I just point and say it's jungle diff. Toxic, rift, imagine, if, every skill shot, whiffs. You still blame jungle diff. Toxic, rift, imagine, if, every skill shot, whiffs. You still blame jungle diff. I'm hard stuck, that's what all the haters say. I'm hard stuck, giving all my LP away. I'm hard stuck, same rank different day, cause low hell's my home and I'm here to stay. Low skilled, auto filled, ping my runes, flame my build. I'm the carry? How can I carry when Rift Alexa won't stop saying? I'm hard stuck. That's what all the haters say. I'm hard stuck, giving all my LP away. I'm hard stuck, same rank, different day. Cuz low hell's my home and I'm here to stay. When the meta says full crit, I still spam this twinkle shit. We get behind a little bit and my team all wants to quit. Now I'm fed, it's not a dead dream. Boosh, my tears transformed, my burst is extreme. Rav out.